This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. And so you're probably wondering, why am I going live on YouTube? So I've noticed when I go live on Facebook, I don't get as much of a impact as I would on YouTube. So I'm trying to transition everyone over from Facebook to YouTube so they can see these lives and get the message out about the people that are missing. So the person we're going to talk about, and I've already talked about this, and there's already some videos uploaded about this case to my channel, is about Asha Degree, or Asha. I'm not sure how her first name is pronounced, but she is a little girl who went missing. She was the age of 9, went missing on Valentine's Day in the year 2000. And she is from Shelby, North Carolina, which is a little town outside of Charlotte. So on that particular day, there was a storm. They had lost power, but the kids were still in bed. Parents had checked on them at 12:30 when the power came back on, and then checked them again at 2:30 in the morning before they went down for the night. The normal schedule was the kids usually got up anywhere between 5:45 and 6 a.m. to go to school the next day, to get ready to go to school. So when the parents went into the bedroom that next morning to get them up for school, they found their son, but they did not find their daughter, Asha. So that's when they knew she was missing. Now let's backtrack a little bit. Asha has an older brother named O'Brien, and O'Brien, they shared a room, and O'Brien said that he had heard her bed squeak, but he assumed it was her just moving around in bed, so he didn't think anything was off. When they noticed she was missing, they also noticed that her backpack was missing, and that was it. Like, there had been no disturbance in the house, like that somebody had come in and taken her. They literally just, knew that she was gone. So that night, there was a big storm. It was really cold, it was raining. People saw Asha walking up Highway 18 wearing white pants and a long sleeve and a long white t-shirt. But nobody stopped to see why this 9-year-old kid is walking on the side of a highway at like 4 in the morning. What gives on that one? So it's been 24 years and the family really hasn't had any updates up until recently. So let me go more into her disappearance, and then I'll go into what the updates are. So she went missing. She left of her own volition. She was seen on the side of the road of Highway 18. A trucker saw her, and some other drivers went by. One driver turned around to see if she was okay, and then they reported that she ran off into the woods, left the road and went into the woods. They couldn't find her. Now, what gets me is these people who saw this child on the side of the road at 4 o'clock in the morning didn't think to call 911 and report this until the news media had announced that there was a missing child. Oh, I saw a kid on the side of the road. Hey, let me go ahead and call the cops now. No, nobody did that. They should have called immediately when they saw this kid. It's not typical for a 9-year-old to be wandering on the side of the highway at 4 o'clock in the morning. Just saying. And they looked. Everybody looked. The parents realized the backpack was missing. She always had her backpack. And some of her favorite clothes were missing. So that gave the belief that she left on her own. Police did not believe she was a runaway. She had no reason to run away. And then you're going to ask, well, maybe she was meeting somebody. That's what I think too. But how? The family was very small town where everybody knew everybody. They didn't have a computer in the house because they didn't want to bring any type of outside influence in onto their kids. So those kids went to school, they went to church, and they were home. That was it. So the next update they had was about 18 months after she went missing. They found her backpack buried at a construction site. And in there, that's where they found her belongings. And, parents said, yeah, that's definitely her stuff. Which is, I could not even imagine a year and a half not knowing what happened, and then they find a backpack. And then you're like, oh my God, what happened to my child? So those are some things right there. They did find, where they were looking for her, they did find a place, like a shed, that looked like she was holed up, where there were some candy wrappers and some other things, and they were able to say, yeah, that's definitely her things as well. So a year and a half after she goes missing, they get the backpack, nothing else. And then no other leads until about 2015, 2016. And that's when you find out there is a 1970-ish model green vehicle that she was seen getting into. Then nothing. You had people in prison saying, hey, I know what happened to her, but I want a deal. Cops ran that down. Dead ends all the way. So there you go. So here's the update. And that's the crazy thing, the update. So the FBI got involved early on in her case, and the family did everything they could to keep her name out there. I mean, they had billboards up along the highway looking for her. So, I mean, they did a lot. They did a lot. And I personally do not believe anybody in the family is involved in this. Like, not, well, I would say the immediate family, like the parents. I don't think the parents have anything to do with her disappearance. And they've been put through hell as it is. So I really don't think they have anything to do with this. But the FBI has been on the case since she went missing. And they still talk about it to this day. Which, now we fast forward to a few days ago. The FBI did a raid on a house in Shelby, North Carolina. And the house is owned by an 80-year-old man named Ray Dedman. They towed away a late 1960s green car from the property, which made everybody wonder, oh my God, did they find remains? And there was a rumor that went around saying that there were remains in the car. Then there was a rumor that went around there was remains on the property. Then another rumor saying, oh my God, there's multiple remains on the property. The FBI has since put out a statement stating that no remains were found in the car or on the property. And they have further gone on to say, between the FBI and Ray Dedman's attorney, has made it clear that Ray Dedman has nothing to do with Asha Degree. Now, there is a person that's either a friend of Ray Dedman's or possibly a distant relative of Ray Dedman's that the police believe are, and the FBI believe is involved with her disappearance, but that person has since passed away. But I would love to know what it was that brought them to that property. The warrant is sealed. The warrant was sealed, and that's supposed to be unsealed sometime in the next week. So, and then the lawyer for Ray Dedman said that once that's unsealed, that's going to open up the ties to that property. But the Dedman family and Ray Dedman himself have nothing to do with Asha Degree. So, yeah, this is crazy. 24 years. Asha would be 34 years old at this point. Her birthday just passed. I believe her birthday was in August. So she would be 34. I could not imagine, you get, child's gone, your mind's wrapped up around your child being missing. And then, child's gone. You find the backpack a year and a half later. You hear rumors here and there over the course of the years. You get the lead of the green car 15 years after she's gone missing. And now there's a raid on her property. And I just got a message from somebody as I'm doing this. Let me see here. Bear with me just a moment, I apologize, because I get people send me stuff while I'm doing oh, interesting. Okay, so apparently the gentleman's house that was searched at one point was an all-white or segregated private school. That's crazy. So that is apparently one reason why they went to that place. But it started off as an all-white private school. Good to know. So, and but in the year 2000, I don't understand why that would still be an issue now, but who knows. But here's my take. Because the parents didn't have a computer in the house, so the kid was not used to being on the internet or getting into chat rooms or anything like that, I truly believe whoever took her or lured her out of the house, I don't think anybody went into the house and took her. I think it was somebody that groomed her to leave the house and meet up with them. That's what I think happened. And I think it's somebody that the family knew. I don't believe that this child went off with a stranger. I think it's somebody she was familiar with. So it's either somebody with the church, somebody in the community, somebody with the school, or it could be somebody who is a friend of the family. I don't know, or a distant relative maybe. Like I said, it definitely has to be somebody that she knew. I don't think she'd sneak out at 4 in the morning to go off with somebody she didn't know. I really don't. And like I said, I feel for this family because it seems like every time they get a lead, they just get a little bit more glimmer of hope and it gets dashed. Like, okay, let's wait another 10 years and maybe we'll find something else. It's crazy how this has just been coming in and just dips and drabs or whatever. But I'd like to open this up for anybody who has a comment or a question about this case. You know, what do you think? Do you think the person who owns the property where the car was found, do you think they have anything to do with it? Or do you think, you know, outside opinion here, do you think anybody else is involved? So anybody who'd like to comment, please let me know. Because, yeah, this is a crazy one. She's been missing for 24 years. You know, do you think there's a possibility she's still alive out there? Or do you think she is no longer present? You know, these are, you know, I'd like to think she's out there somewhere, but I don't know. Be great to know. But yeah, this Asha Degree is a case I heard about about a year ago on a podcast that I follow, and they had talked about it, and I said that whole thing just threw me for a loop. That it is, I don't know if I'm coming with this opinion because I am a parent, and if I had seen a child on the side of the road at 4 in the morning in a storm, I know I would have pulled over and said something. There was a time, God, this has been a few years ago now. I was driving on a very busy road in High Point, and there was a child, looked to be no more than 4 years old, trying to cross a busy street with no shoes on during the day. And I stopped. I pulled the car over, and I got her, and I said, "What are you trying to do?" And she's like, "My mom's at the school." So I took her home because she was pretty upset. And here come to find out, the mom had left this child alone in a house because she had to go pick up her other kid from school who got sick. I don't Anything could have happened to that child. I mean, she walked away several blocks from that house to the school with no shoes on. Anybody could have grabbed her. She could have ran out into that street and could have gotten hit. I mean, it is a very busy thoroughfare where she was trying to cross. So, I don't know. Like I said, anything is possible. You know, like I said, I truly believe for her to have left the house and go out unattended at 4 in the morning, I think someone lured her out. I really do. I wouldn't be surprised if the family interacts with this person all the time and has no idea that this person is involved in their missing child case. I know one thing is common when perpetrators like this, especially with children, they like to be involved in the investigation. So it's probably somebody who's very involved. Has talked to police. It's probably been interviewed for background information, and they have no idea that this person's involved. So, like I said, I hope the family gets answers very soon. I am curious to see what this, I'm curious to see what this warrant looks like once they unseal it, and it gives the information that they have to explain why they went to that property and what lead they had, because all that will be explained in the warrant. So, but I hope everybody has a great Sunday, and I just wanted to do this live on YouTube to bring everybody up to date as to what's going on. But like I said, I just heard about the lawyer today. They actually made this announcement yesterday. So, but if nobody has any questions, you know, let me know. Always drop a line on a comment on this live on the YouTube channel, which is Red True Crime. I have a Facebook page, which is called Red True Crime. And And I am Rebecca with Red True Crime. So, but if you have any questions or concerns or comments, please let me know. If you want to know when I go live, please subscribe and hit the bell, and it'll notify you when I'm live and when I have new videos that have been uploaded. And in the description, it tells you what I am about bringing a voice to the voiceless, about bringing hope to people who have no hope. Too many people have gone missing. Too many people have been hurt. Too many people have been victimized, and no one talks for them. It's podcasters like me and the others out there that try to keep that information going and get that out there for others to know and to learn, to understand, and to keep an eye out for those that are still missing, because you never know. It's just one little tip, and you can bring somebody home. You can bring closure to a family. You may not even realize it's even important, but it's what you need to do. So, because no one has got comments or questions, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. But I'm going to start doing these more often, these lives on YouTube, to see where it goes. But again, this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. Be weird, be rude, be safe, as I always say. Because if you're weird and rude, they won't take you. I guarantee. But have a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.